ILTV Plus, your news from Israel and more 24/7. Start your free trial today. Subscribe at ILTV.tv and watch from any device.
Now, despite the age-old adage, the sky isn't exactly the limit, and for Israel, neither is the moon. The next station for now is actually Mars, and for the 13th time, analog astronauts have now begun conducting a Mars simulation in a planetary dome named Amadi 20. Unlike previous experiments, though, this is the first to be carried out in the Jewish state, and located in southern Israel's Negev desert, the 6-astronaut team will live in the dome for a period of 3 weeks. The team including pilots, scientists, engineers, and one Israeli member, Alon Tenzel.
We're 6 people working in tight space under a lot of pressure to do a lot of tasks. There are bound to be challenges, but I trust my crew that we're able to overcome those challenges. We learned how to work together, we train together, and we're very confident.
We have the motto of fail fast, fail cheap, and have a steep learning curve, because for every mistake we make here on Earth, we hopefully don't repeat it on Mars, because we've done it before.
And now joining me with an exclusive inside look at the Amadi 20, Aerospace Correspondent at Ctech by Calcalist, Yafit Ovadia. Yafit, thanks so much for being with us. Now,
it's great to be here.
Thank you. Tell me a little bit more about what this mission involves.
Well, this mission takes place every year, and it's a collaboration between the Austrian Space Forum and the Israel Space Agency. It was canceled last year due to COVID-19 complications, but it involves a 6-person crew that goes into this Mars simulation facility for about 3 weeks, and they kind of try to simulate what goes on the Martian surface.
So what is exactly does that entail? You know, what will they be doing inside the dome, and how much communication will they have with the outside world?
So they're going to be in total isolation. They will be in communication with a remote team based in Austria, and this is sort of to simulate the 10-minute delay in communication between an actual human team on Mars and one on Earth. And they're going to be conducting a variety of experiments, psychology, biology, trying on some very cool anti-radiation astronaut vests.
Cool.
Yep.
Like the one we saw in the screen a minute ago?
Yep.
All right, so, you know, let's talk a little bit more about the team now. How long did they train? How were they chosen? And when, you know, when they emerged from the dome, like, you know, what will they have learned, I guess?
Okay, well, they entered the dome on Monday around 6 a.m., and they're scheduled to exit the dome October 31st.
Okay.
And they're going to be simulating what actually happens in the Martian environment.
Is this, I'm picturing the movie The Martian right now. Is that basically what we're about to expect? You know, like you know, Matt Damon on Mars trying to survive the elements, or what's going on?
Well, this is the first time. This DMARS research facility is based in the Negev, and Israeli researchers are constantly staffing this location, conducting research. But this is going to be the first time that an actual international team will be inside the dome, and it's pretty difficult to remain in isolation for that long, so we'll see what awaits. As you mentioned before, the team, so they're from a variety of different European countries, including Spain, Portugal, Austria, the Netherlands, Germany, and Israeli Alon Tenzel. They train for about 6 to 7 months for this mission, and they're analog astronauts, so this is in preparation for an actual human mission.
Wow. All right, so on a related note now, last week, Israel celebrated World Space Week, which, if I understand correctly, is different from Israel Space Week. What are some of the highlights of that event?
Well, this year's event focused on women in the space industry, which I found particularly interesting. And I spoke with women from a variety of different countries, Brunei, Costa Rica, Singapore, Australia, and they all kind of shared their personal story, how difficult it was for them to get into the sector. This space tech sector only is comprised of about 1/5 women.
Wow.
So they spoke about their careers and their paths. They were all very impressive. One actually headed Israel's Bereshit mission to the moon. Another is the head of NASA's Earth Science Division. A third works for Amazon Web Services in Australia, and she kind of helped start that. And another one is from the small Asian Muslim country of Brunei, and she's the first in her country to spearhead a satellite mission. So it's pretty groundbreaking.
I'm not sure you mentioned, how many women are in this analog, you know, Amadi 20 mission?
Oh, yes. So it's only one. There's 6 people and 1 female analog astronaut.
So it's a roughly the ratio you just said, about 1/5.
Yeah.
You know, is that purely on qualification, or is there some sort of, you know, minimum, you know, limit for how many women they're trying to get into the space dome?
Women don't technically head toward these careers, and there are conditions that make it more difficult for them to join, but we can see how that's rapidly changing as several women are joining the sector.
Yafit Ovadia, thank you so much for joining
you.
us with this awesome look inside this dome. I cannot wait to see it take off.
Thank you.
ILTV Plus, your news from Israel and more 24/7. Start your free trial today. Subscribe at ILTV.tv and watch from any device.